that affects a person in this city. My family is a microcosm of this city and what happens in this city. I've been mentoring for over 20 years. I've been painting the town, fixing up, cleaning up all my life, and I'm not giving up because Detroit is that important. I'm not ashamed to say that there are days when I do cry about what happens in our city. It's embarrassing to know that our seniors are prisoners in their homes in our city. We deserve better. We can do better, and we're going to have to do better. And that's why I'm in this fight, because I know we can do better. And if we all pull together, whether I'm at the council table or not, we are going to do better. One way or another, we're going to get this right. Detroit means a lot to all of us, I know, but it means a lot to me. Thank you. John Bennett. It's on your chair. It's still on your chair. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. My name is David Cross, and I apologize for my tardiness as well. I was at the same event as Brother Johnson, and I didn't even know about this, honestly. They told me about it, so I rushed over here to get here. But let me tell you what the people of Detroit mean to me. The people of Detroit, all of us, we are the lifeblood of the city. We're the pulse, we're the heartbeat. But for the people of Detroit, there's no reason for us to seek leadership. We have sought leadership in this city because we understand that we're part of a whole, and without the citizens of Detroit, without the people of Detroit, what's the whole purpose? I was raised in a neighborhood not too far from here on the North End, and I've been a lawyer for the last 20 years. I'm a real estate developer, and I've been blessed to have been raised in a family. I'm a preacher's kid, got 11 kids in our family as well, and my parents raised us in a ministry that ministered to everyday folk like us, because we came to believe, and our parents taught us, that like Jesus, we had to minister to the least of these. And so that's what the people of Detroit mean to me. It's the only reason that we're here. That's the only reason why we want to lead. And I want to give them all because I'm still here. I'm part of that people. I live in a neighborhood. I've been the victim of crime, had my house broken into. My kids are in the neighborhoods playing with the neighbors. We're affected by it all. So that's what the people mean to me. It means community. It means community.
You know, when you talk about what do the people of the city of Detroit mean to you, I think about my two grandfathers, my mother's father and my father's father. They moved to Detroit from the south, one from the hills of Arkansas and one from Atlanta, Georgia, because Atlanta back then was a small town. And I think about the reasons why our relatives came here. Detroit was a place where you get a fair job, a decent wage, you get a house, you had a community you could raise your kids in. Now that same house my father's father built on Beagle Street on the west side of Detroit, where my aunts and uncles still live, has been broken in 3 times in the past week. The last time they pulled a gun out on my uncle. I think about the resiliency of Detroiters, how no matter how much we get hit, you know, we've lost over 1 million people since 1950, so we've been declining for a long time. No matter how many hits we take, we believe that the turnaround is right around the corner, that Detroit is going to be the place of prosperity, the place, the shining jewel that people are going to move to from all around the world again. It is that resiliency that keeps us here, that keeps bright people here, people who want to be servants to the city of Detroit. Servitude is not a right, it is a privilege. And it's bringing back that idea of what service is about, what public service is about, what making decisions that affect your neighbors, your family, and yourself is about, that what means the most to me about the people in the city of Detroit. That we're here, we're going to stay here. It's not the last person out of Detroit turn out the lights. We're going to find a way to get out of these problems. We're going to come up with solutions, and we're going to work together to do it. That's what Detroit means to me.
Thank you. All right. Our next question is, what do you know or have that other candidates don't know or have? Welcome.
I'm in church, so I can say a short prayer before I answer this. No, I'm going to go back to education because that's safe. I have a master's degree in finance from Wayne State University. No one on council has a master's degree in finance, in business, from Wayne State University. No one else running has a master's degree in finance from Wayne State University. There are master's degrees, but not in business and not with a specialty in finance. So I'm going to put that one out there. All right? That makes it easy and safe for me.
Easy and safe. There you go.
That's right.
Well, I'm the only lawyer that will be on council. And I think that recent events have demonstrated that we need a legal mind on council to help them wade through the legal process that they're confronted with on a daily basis. I've been practicing law for 20 years, and I've had to interact with the city and the courts on a regular basis. And as a developer, there are very few departments of the city of Detroit that I have not had to deal with in a very frustrating manner. And so I understand that process as well. And I think that's what I know as a developer from this side of the table, as a private developer. I'm not certain that there is anybody else on council that has that knowledge of how frustrating it has been to deal with the city of Detroit when it comes to development in the city of Detroit.
Okay, thank you.
Can you repeat that question?
The question from the audience is, what do you know or have that the other candidates do not know or have?
I don't know what they know or have. So
how would you distinguish yourself from the other
I have
candidates?
a passion and a commitment that I think is unmatched by any of the other candidates. I'm the only city worker in this race. I think that's important. You need somebody at council who has a care and concern for city workers, especially at a time like this when we're talking about all these cuts. The other thing that I've done, and I don't hear any other candidates talking about it ever at all, is our comprehensive annual financial report. I think it's important to know that as it is the charter, because when you sit down at the council table, you need to know about the budget, where the money is, who's overfunded, who's underfunded, where we need to cut. So I think I drilled down into that, and I'm still looking at it because there's a lot to learn, and I think that's an important aspect of this whole race that I don't hear any of the other candidates mentioning.
Again, Shelley I. Foy. I have a bachelor's degree from Mercy College of Detroit in political science. I have a bachelor's degree from Mercy College of Detroit in criminal justice. I also have a master's degree in security administration from the University of Detroit Mercy. I have 25 years as a law enforcement officer and 20 years teaching Detroit public schools, part-time and full-time. I'm also an adjunct professor at Wayne Community College. I'm the only candidate that has worked in the two most critical areas in this city, public safety and law enforcement. Thank you.
James Tate. I touched on it earlier. I'm the only candidate who resigned from their position to run for Detroit City Council, who are currently standing right now before you. That took a lot of sacrifice for me and a commitment, and as well as for my family. And I'm not trying to toot my horn, but that was a question that was asked.
Sure.
But I think that it's important that we look at what people bring to the table and what you're willing to sacrifice to be in this position, because it's an honor. This is something that we have to look at as something that is provided to us, and we have to ensure that we protect it the best that we can. So in short, I'm the only candidate who resigned resigned from their position to run for this office. And there's no safety net. I don't have a second job right now. This is what I'm doing. That's how strongly committed I am to this.